So for the longest time, bikers have been associated with being gang members, lawless, tough guys, and much more. And Hollywood has even picked up on much of this phenomenon and capitalized on it, from the Wild Ones and Sons of Anarchy. From the early days of the Outlaws to present-day news, the image of the biker has many different faces.
For an assault on Friday and then a possible arson.
But when we look a little deeper, do you see the many bikers who are doctors, saving lives, or lawyers, engineers, creating things, or perhaps even teachers? The educators who help shape the minds of young people every single day. You don't look like a biker.
And I took that personally.
Look like a biker? What does that even mean? And first of all, how do we even get to that point? Which brings us to where this all started. Returning servicemen from World War II experienced a range of emotions and challenges upon coming back home. Many felt a deep sense of relief and pride in their service, but also faced significant adjustments and difficulties. While many servicemen were profoundly relieved to have survived the war, and they were overjoyed with being reunited with their families and loved ones. But returning to civilian life was a significant adjustment, which many of them struggled to find their place in a society that had moved on without them, and to transition from the structured, intense environment of the military to everyday life. Many servicemen experience what we now know as post-traumatic stress disorder, or also PTSD. A lot of these men, particularly those who missed the sense of adventure and camaraderie they found in the war, turned to motorcycles as a way to fill that void. This led to the creation of many motorcycle clubs, some of which developed a counterculture and a rebellious image that stood apart from mainstream society. At this point, there were more and more people riding motorcycles, and the American Motorcyclists Association had created something called the Gypsy Tour. The Gypsy Tour was a series of motorcycle rallies across the country meant to bring riders together. And Hollister, California was one of those stops in 1947. Hosting around 4,000 riders, the rally had events like hill climbs, races, and other social events, not to mention a lot of drinking. As the weekend progressed, the festivities grew rowdier. Many of the attendees were drinking heavily, and some of the activities led to minor property damage, reckless motorcycle stunts, and some fights. Local authorities were unprepared for the sudden influx of people, and the city of Hollister was overwhelmed. However, there was no significant violence or destruction. The real spark that cemented the event as the Hollister Rise came from the media. Life magazine published an infamous photo of a biker staged for the camera, sitting on a Harley Davidson, beer bottles all around his feet. And the accompanying article exaggerated the events, labeling it as a riot and claiming that the town was terrorized by lawless bikers. The image of rebellious motorcyclists laid the foundation for the outlaw biker stereotype that became deeply embedded in American pop culture for years to come. And that will lead us to our next point. Hollywood saw the allure of the outlaw biker culture and capitalized on its image by creating a subgenre of films that dramatize or romanticize the lifestyle. In 1953, the film The Wild One with Marlon Brando was one of the earliest and most influential examples, and they were wildly successful, and it set the stage for plenty of films in the 60s, most notably Easy Rider, which became one of the most famous biker movies of all time from a cultural and financial level. Motorcycles will become a prominent part of pop culture with characters such as the Fonz from Happy Days and the Terminator both riding and presenting the biker image to many people. In recent years, television has continued to profit from the outlaw biker image. The most notable example is the TV series Sons of Anarchy. The show, which followed an outlaw club in California, became a major hit and garnered a large and dedicated fan base. It was praised for its complex characters and gritty storytelling, contributing to its commercial success through high ratings. But with the rise of motorcycle clubs and the outlaw lifestyle, some individuals lived that to the extreme side and engaging in more nefarious activities.
2 Battle Creek area motorcycle clubs are being investigated for an assault on Friday and then a possible arson early Sunday morning.
These instances, along with the portrayal of bikers, outlaws, and the sort, cause some of the public to label all of these riders as people who you should stay away from. But for most bikers, it's simple freedom. The ride is like nothing else. A chance to disconnect, to experience the world up close, and to find peace on the open road. Bikers are many things, and every day I wake up and give my all at work, pick the kids up from school, and do family stuff. So when the time comes, I'm able to get out and do the things I love to do. Some nights I get dressed and hop on my bike to support the local clubs. It almost feels like a sense of peace when I lift up the garage door in the evening, because I know in just a few minutes all of my stresses of everyday life, even for a moment, goes away. Bike nights give me an opportunity to just talk and bond with those who have a similar interest, as well as we all enjoy each other. We talk about family and jobs and riding and what it means to be a biker.
What's the biggest misconception, you think one of the biggest misconceptions of bikers?
Bad guys.
Yeah.
We bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, average person, man. We bad guys. Hey, we the average people, man.
Right.
Just like everybody else.
Okay.
You know, whether it's biker gear on, the same without the biker gear. The heart don't change. We got school teachers, we got lawyers, we got doctors. We got everything.
Yeah.
Just happen to be a biker.
Yeah, a lot of people get misconceptions about bikers, but it ain't what it seems like. You know, we out here on this set, it's like a bunch of family. You get everybody, you see everybody the same weekends. If you get out and ride, you always see them.
So I'm Vixen. I'm with Vicious Riders Motorcycle Club. I'm ex-Navy. I worked as a nurse for a couple of years, and now I am a professional travel agent, and that's what I've been doing since I got out of the military or out of nursing. And the perception of motorcycle riders is always in the negative light. People think we're in gangs, that we sell drugs, we do criminal activities, and that is far from the truth. We do a lot of charity work. Every motorcycle club I've ever come across, men, females, always are about charity, whether they can help veterans, children, the elderly. So we are a very tight-knit family. You know, this is a brotherhood, sisterhood. We're just a big family. We love hard. Most of us are professionals, from doctors, lawyers, judges even. That bad rep that we get, it is just the negative agenda that a lot of the media portrays of what bikers are.
I've been breaking and shedding stereotypes for a long time. Being a black male in an education field where we are few and far between, I encourage my students to be their best selves, to have a sense of agency over their lives, and to never let anyone box them in. Being a loving father and person to those in my life means everything to me, as well as taking the time to relax in ways that many would never think of. Art, like motorcycles, is a huge part of my life. So the next time you see a biker rolling down the highway or getting gas, and it may look a little rough or dusty, don't cast judgment on them just yet. They may be a person who's helping to make the world a better place. If you enjoyed this video, if you'd like to see more of these types of videos on the channel, let me know in the comments. And if you can, check out my next video right here. And this is your man GQ, the leader of the Peace Army, telling you guys to be safe, be cool, and most importantly, be you, and peace out until we meet again.